It's funny because all these projects that has been presented here, I relate to them. I'm just gonna start by sharing my story, my personal story as a volunteer. I'm basically from a deep rural area in KZN called Mkambatsini Gwanyav. Yeah, I know most of you haven't even heard of that place. Standing here in front of you today it's just a young woman from KZN who grew up in deep rural areas who had always had a question, how can I change the situation around me? Trust me, that's a reality of every young person who lives in deep rural areas. It's not that we do not love living there. That's why we shift from rural areas to cities in search of jobs. But we've always asked ourselves, how can we change these problems that we are born into so that we don't leave? We just remain in our community and bond with our families. But circumstances, the situation of South Africa just forces us to migrate. When I joined CorpsAfrica, it came to light. I found myself through its approach, through its everything that it was presented to me. But there was a twist that everything that I was thinking of going back and contributing to my own community, I had to go and do it into another community. Which was such a challenge at first because I didn't understand the language. When I get there, the community was open and warm, and they started teaching me the language. I even have a name, Kuikokobet, which basically a direct translation to my name. Moshate is such a beautiful village. I've never seen so much mangoes in my life when I got there. The first gift that I got from the community were mangoes. I arrived there in January, and the community is so generous, open and engaging. When we first called the meeting, the community meeting, they didn't ask me why am I in their village, why not their youth in their own village, why I was there. They didn't ask me that question, but they listened to me. They listened to what I was there, why I was there to engage with them and to listen to them. Surprising enough, during that community meeting where we identify challenges, where we will ask them, what are your problems? What are your problems? They were like, do we even have problems? Yeah, it was quite interesting because when you step into a rural community, you just assume that, hey, they have a lot of problems. When we got there, they told me that each and every household has a kitchen garden. And then when I asked them why, they say, meaning already the mentality of doing things for themselves was already there. I didn't have to start by shifting their mindset. They had problems and they already had solutions towards those problems. As we continued, one woman stood up during our meeting and said, we have skills, we have farming skills, we have everything that we can do to have gardens and farms, but we also have a mall, ShopRite, which is supplied by, we don't even know where does it get their fruit and vegetables from. And then, but we also have a lot of unemployed young people, abatwafayo, who are lazy, because as much as we are skilled in agriculture, they don't know anything about agriculture. I was like, okay, this woman is here, she's old, but speaking on behalf of young people. Young people were not there. There were young people, but there was this amazing young man beside me who happened to be in the meeting. We all knew that in communities, we young people don't attend community meetings. But he was there, listening to what the community was saying. And everything that the woman was saying, the other people who were contributing, they were all referring to young people. Because they understood that them as young, as older as they get, they do have skills, they have survival skills, but these particular young people are not interested at all. Or they seem not interested, to put it that way. Okay. The solutions which came with the community was establishing a community garden. And the twist to this community garden is that they didn't have land for it. They had requested me to go to the king and ask for land so that they can do a community garden where they could commercialize their product. Went there, I was like, okay, who am I to speak to the king? There were so many rules. From the first day we went to the king, I didn't go alone. Fortunate enough, Leon and other young people were with me. So there is a power with women and mothers. Mothers will force their young people to go anyway. So from that meeting, they went straight home, convinced their children to come join me as a volunteer, listen to me, and then start finding solutions on how we're going to work around it. When we went to the king was so interested. The king offered all support that we needed. He said, you want a land? I was actually waiting for people to ask for something. So usually the community will think the king is just there. They will not assume that the king will listen to them. I think Leon will express so much how he was afraid of the king himself. So when we got there, and then the king was like, you want land? How about 1 hectare of land? I'm like, okay. And then the king was like, I have land, and it's next to a water source, which is a dam. So this project might be successful because there is water and there's already measures in place on how to sustain it. The committee that I have, we have like 10 young people, all under age of 30. And then there is also adults who are skilled in farming, who are already producing in their kitchen garden and on their little space that they have. So we wouldn't start with these young people who do not have any experience in agriculture. They suggested that we start small. The school donated a plot of land where they would practice and start doing gardening so that they would get used to the system and how it works with gardens. So generous enough, there were already existing organizations within the community that does agriculture, which is the Lima Foundation. One of the Lima Foundation group adopted, these are the few young people that I work with. You see, they are very young and energetic and passionate. So the Lima people actually, they train these young people on this small garden, which is at the school, which is already ongoing. So already for this project, there is already progress, which means it has already started. We just need to set up the bigger land of which they will be already skilled and passionate and equipped to function to it. So speaking a lot about the community and everything, my counterpart is just here, and I bet he knows more than I know about the project and even CorpsAfrica itself, because from the very beginning he has been by my side, learning and teaching me also. It's for me, being in Moshate village, it's not only about me sharing my skills and facilitating community meetings, it's also me learning, because I'm going to go back home. In Moshate, I'm now a poultry farm genius or something, because where I'm from, there are no chickens. We don't do chickens. But when I went to Limpopo, live chickens are the basics. They don't like the mixed portions that we buy in ShowBright and other places. They want the alive ones. So I've gained that skill through the community. Through a drop-in center as a secondary project, I was able to grow as an individual, to equip myself with skills of which I never knew that I would be taught by the community. So that's the power of us being in the community and learning with them. So this is our budget. As I told you that the king has been generous enough. So the cost is 132,300. Contribution, 1 hectare. How much does 1 hectare of land weigh? Yeah. And the community is also pledging to do some small donations. CorpsAfrica, 35K. And then we only require 17,300, which will be like more in tools, more equipment, more knowledge, more trainings, more skills for these young people, because they need those skills. And they are not asking to be at your seat or be part of your table. They are asking you to lend them tools so that they can start building their own table. So we are no longer that kind of youth that's going to shout and say, we want to be on your table. No, just give us tools. Then we will build our own tools, our own table for our next generations to come. Let me just give it to my counterpart, Leon. He's 20 years.
Good afternoon, everyone. Well, my name is Leon Nkwana, and I am a 20-year-old youth located in Moshate village. A lot of youth in Moshate village are unemployed, with no skills, and a lot of things they often do is sit around the spaza shop and do nothing, like from morning to noon. So, with that, a meeting was called in our village, which is where we met Nonto. So, there was a meeting about things that we actually need in our community that can actually help us with a lot of things. So we as a community decided to go with the community garden. So we already gave it a name, which is Letsepe la Moshate. For those of you who don't know what Letsepe is, it's a hole that we use to dig, more like to dig, yeah. So, with a lot of people, youth who are unemployed, we were able to do a secondary activity which he mentioned about Lima. We started off small with a 10 by 20 meter area, which was a lot of grass everywhere. Then we started working on it. Right now, as we speak, we already cultivated a few spinach and other plants. It's working, and we already left few of our committee to take it over, as we are here, more like the leaders. I would like to share the side of my story as a community member of Moshate. I finished my matric in 2023. I got a diploma, and I saw that with this diploma, I won't be able to more like reach where I want. So I went back to school, and I went back to my matric and finished matric in 2024 and got a bachelor. Then with that bachelor, I did apply to universities. And only one university took me in with that bachelor. And that's not only the unfortunate part. The unfortunate part is that they did accept me, but I was unable to go and register due to a lack of money and stuff. So I took that opportunity and decided to help my community as a community member. So as we go on, me and Nonto, we went to the king and asked for the land, since that's what the community needed in order for the project to start. So the land is already there, and it's actually near to a river which is supplying the dam. So in other words, it's a river where we can get the water and also the dam, and it's a 1 hectare. And it's actually a beautiful and actually fertile land. So I think it might work if we actually won't go there and actually cultivate some stuff which can help us and help the community. So I would like to take this opportunity and thank CorpsAfrica, because I am taking a gap year during the moment. And actually, I think it's a good thing that they sent us Nonto, who can help us with a lot of things, because we are unemployed, and also we have limited access to a lot of things. But with what we are doing, I think we can actually achieve a lot of stuff, because a lot of youth out there are really not doing anything. And with that youth power, I think we can actually bring change to the community. So right now, I'm here to actually beg for the money in order in order for this garden project to start and so that we can actually have it successful. I really wish so that it can be successful in our community. So I thank you for that.